my God. What the fuck is happening right now? Oh, this is the best day of my life. God.
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills, dummy kites.
All right, welcome to the podcast. I'm Squirrely, semi-professional comedian, average fisho, and let's be honest, pretty ordinary bloke. And today my guest, probably the best all-round fisherman I know, and up there with the loudest drunks in the history of the world, Leigh Mitchell. What's been going on, big horse?
Oh, not a lot, just life as usual. Lucky I don't drink anymore, so I'm not the loudest drunk anymore.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, fucking did make you a pretty ordinary wingman. I think you'd be like whispering in my ear, like, Squirrely, I reckon you're a chance with this chick. And she'd be like, he does realise I can hear him clearly, and also, no, you're no chance. You hurt my ears, they hurt my feelings.
Yeah, but in my defence, it's not hard to ruin a route for you.
No, yeah. It was more or less lack of talent on my end, same as my fishing. Anyway, you did say you've been doing bugger all. So first off, stop lying on my podcast to our listener. Mum, I won't let him do it. Like, I do follow your Instagram pretty closely. The last month you've done a trip to the Kimberley with your son where you smacked a heap of metre-long barrows. You won one of the most prestigious bill fishing comps on the WA coast, and you're on my podcast. It's all happening.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. Well, talk about the Kimberley trip with Harvey. Like, first of all, how old is Harvey? He's
8.
8.
Yeah.
8. And he's got nothing left to do in fishing, pretty much.
Yeah, so we were supposed to originally go up to Gove in the Northern Territory, got invited on a fishing and hunting trip up there, but because of Corona, couldn't do it, so decided to take him up barrow fishing up north and just got onto a patch and smacked the back out of him pretty much.
Yeah. So, like, he'd obviously never caught a metre barrow before. Had he caught a Barramundi at all?
Nah, he hadn't. So a week or two before the trip, went and got him his first bait caster, and he does what every kid does with their first bait caster. He's out the back just casting it around, trying to learn how to use it. First day's fishing we did up there, he got 2 53-centimetre barrow on the cast. They were his first ever barrow.
Yep.
And he was pumped. He's telling people around town and everywhere we went. And then, the next night I got a 112 and he got a 107, and it was all, almost ruined the journey for him. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, I think by 8, I think my best fish was a flathead out of Esperance, and like, that was big. He's got sailfish on the board.
Yeah, he's got sailfish.
Metre plus barrow.
Yep, he's got metre plus barrow, yep.
He's got a couple records. Is that?
He doesn't.
What are you doing, Harvey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a 50-kilo black.
Yeah.
So he's got black Marlin on the board.
Yeah.
So he's having a good run.
So like half the fishermen in the world are just like getting outdone by an 8-year-old already.
Yeah.
Do you worry about that? Like, in a real way, like how he's caught so many good fish early that it'll just, his interest will wane, or you not?
Yeah, a little bit, but it doesn't worry me. He can do whatever he wants. If he loses interest, well, so be it. It doesn't have to be his thing if he doesn't want to go fishing. So I just like to take him to do the sort of fishing I like to do. Otherwise, I don't want to take him brim fishing and that, and I don't think he's that interested either. He's just a casual sort of kid. He's not one of those kids that's die hard, has to go fishing, and he's not a kid that says, can we go home? He just, oh yeah, we'll go and do it.
I'll just catch a bait of barrow.
Yeah, so I don't know if it will ruin it for him. I wouldn't think so, just because of the sort of kid he is. He just Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, he's pretty
so
crazy.
yeah, so it's not gonna be a deal breaker for him, you know.
Yep. Nah, fair enough. You also took him in the, what's it called now, the Sailfish Shootout.
Yeah,
in
so
Exmouth.
this year it was the Sailfish Shootout, and next year it's going back to the Better Billfish Bonanza that it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fished that with me 3 years now. I've only fished it the 3 years.
Nah, he wasn't on.
Wasn't he? I thought
He
was.
wasn't on last year.
Didn't he come with us?
Nah. Oh, yeah, he did, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he has, but he didn't catch a fish last year.
Nah, so you won it this year,
Yep.
beating some pretty decent fishermen. I mean, you got Josh on strike.
Yeah, very, very strong competition.
Towers it up every year. So what do you think the difference was this year to last year?
There was a few major differences. Obviously, the weather last year was absolutely horrendous. It was really, really hard to fish. This year, the fishing was slower, and just I've put in a lot of practice since then too, I think. So hopefully that's something.
Yeah,
Maybe a bit of luck.
Okay. I honestly thought you were just going to go with, well, I fished it with you last year and this year I didn't fish it. And yeah. So how many did you get? 2 days you got 7?
3 days. 3 days got 7. Yep. And Josh got 6.
Yep.
And the next best boat got 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I've known you for a fair while, and that comp's really gone into your focus the last sort of couple years.
Yep.
As one you've really wanted to chase, and then once you won it, one of the things you've done is look at trying to build it up, probably back to what it was in its heyday. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it come back. It used to be the second largest tournament in Exmouth behind GameX, and then it's sort of dwindled in the past. People have lost a bit of interest in probably the sailfish fishing, but it'd be nice to see it come back because the sailfish fishery we got here is world class. So it'd be good for other people to see it. You know, you can take kids in it and fish them and win champion boat too. You know, you don't have to fish them just as kids, you know, where other bill fishing can be a bit hard for little kids and stuff, you know.
Yeah. So you've launched your part of the launch of the comp for next year.
Yeah.
The 10 grand prize. Explain that. It's like a raffle, but
yeah, that's right. So we're going 10 grand cash prize is the major prize for the event, and the way it works is so that anyone new to the fishery can win it, but anyone really experienced to the fishery has a good chance of winning it too. So basically, every tag or release card that you get for every fish you capture, whether it be blue, black, striped marlin, or sailfish, goes into the draw at the end of the comp. They all get raffled out and dip the hand into the bucket, and the winner that gets pulled out gets 10 grand cash. So if you catch 20 fish for the weekend, you got 20 chances of winning it. If you catch 1 for the weekend, you're still a chance at winning it.
Yeah, okay. That sounds cool. I mean, especially for someone like me, where I can just hang around the game fishing club and hope that the person that wins it doesn't hate me, and it's just free piss.
Straight on the bar.
Yeah, if you can't get a free drink out of someone who's won 10 grand in a raffle, then you should stop being a piss rack, I reckon.
Yeah, well,
time
that's
to
right.
give it up. We're moving into the blue season here. I mean, it's probably kicked off for a fair while. I haven't been around. We're heading out tomorrow. That's probably taken over your interest as the main thing.
Yeah, yep. So basically concentrate on sailfish season until the billfish bonanza is finished, and then straight into blue season.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if you keep your stats over the last couple of years, but you've been tagging a lot of blue marlin. What sort of has been our biggest one, or your biggest one, the last couple of years?
Biggest blue marlin.
Yeah, Not the one that I stuffed up. We can tell that story just after.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I haven't, other than one with you that we had a good chance at.
Yeah, who fucked that up?
Yeah, well, you did. No, well, not really. You know, we got it on the leader, so other than weighing it, which is probably the best bit, we didn't really get it. But
yeah, we got it on the leader, and I was on the leader, and then I broke the leader.
But yeah, you know, it was a cool day, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
But other than that, the biggest fish that I've caught is probably around that 500-pound mark. I haven't really got anything much bigger than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a decent fish.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we're fishing the heavy tackle, still called the heavy tackle tournament in December. That'll be my first time fishing it for 2 years, I think. 2 years? 3 years?
3 years.
3 years. I mean, the last time we did was sort of when we were first getting into the blue marlin fishery. And, I mean, that was... So, it's 2 days of... 3 days? Why do I think all these comps are 2 days? Maybe I'm just drunk for the first day and I don't remember them. But of pretty hard fishing, but some of the best fishing I've ever done in some pretty bad conditions, but just some amazing fish getting pulled in. I remember that comp, we got a 67 kilo tuna. Was it
60? I thought it was on the knocker.
Oh, could have been. I don't know. I'm saying 67, mate. It was my fish.
Yeah, well, something like that.
Anyway, we thought we were a fairly good chance of biggest tuna on the day, and I don't think it went top 5.
Nah, there were some monsters caught, yeah.
Yeah, some huge fish there. I think we tagged 2 blues. No, 1 blue.
1 stripe.
1 stripe, and we dropped 3 other blue marlin.
Oh, we dropped a lot.
Mate, yeah.
We did everything we could to lose them. We were terrible.
Yeah, like early days, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean that's the build up for another comp. Would you say like so? I think you said you're doing a podcast for Spear West.
Yep, did that this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
So they're the first podcast you've been on.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I asked you to come on yesterday, and you blew me off.
Blew you off,
so that your debut was on something a little bit more legit.
Oh no, this is definitely my second favourite one I've been on.
Well, that was my question though. You've always been a huge Spearo. You've done some pretty unreal things with that, but for me, your interest in that side of it has sort of waned a little bit in the last 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I think I don't know what's caused it, but I've lost a bit of interest in spearing, and basically trying to get good at tournament fishing has taken my eye. So I'm putting all my focus into that. So yeah.
So is there an interest in getting back into it? Because I mean, surely there's a few fish you're still chasing. Like I know we were talking before we started this podcast about one of our friends on Facebook, Michael
Tucker.
Yeah, I don't know how else to say his name.
Takash or something. But they call him Taco. Anyway.
Yeah, catching a yellow lip that we seen there. Have you speared one?
Yeah, I have.
You've got one?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Not here.
Yeah.
Up at Scott Reef, I got one.
Yeah, radio. So you've pretty much speared everything. But is there a few that, or is it just too much effort to get back to the level you were at?
No, there's a few fish I want to. It's just I'm not as hungry as I was. So there's fish I'd like to shoot, but there's other things just in fishing that I'd like to achieve more. So I'm putting my focus into that.
Yeah, okay. So it's like Rocky when after he'd won the title off the Russian and Mr. T was chasing him, and Mickey was like, "You're not hungry anymore. You don't want it enough."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because I mean, like what would be your all-time speared fish that you put your pride on? Is there one or a couple
I've speared?
that you've speared? I
Yeah.
mean, you've got all the molds in your shop of like some unreal fish that everyone would give their left arm to have speared. But
Yeah.
is there one that sticks out for you?
Not really, but there isn't really. But the one I probably put the most effort into getting is my 14 kilo red, because I spent a lot of time trying to get big red emperor.
Yeah.
So, I've shot a couple, 3 over 12 kilos as well. And then to get that one's probably the most effort, where some of the other fish are great, but I didn't put as much effort into them more so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's what I would think anyway. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, because you've got a lot of, you got all the trout up there, but that, like, I know you wanted all the levels or different species and stuff like that, but they just sort of come naturally. Is that?
Yeah, well, I've always been, I think that's where fishing and spearfishing in particular really tick the box for me. I'm very obsessed with different species and, different groups of species of animals. When I was a kid, I was right into different types of birds, and then that's where like I love to just like sort of almost target a species like coral trout and try and get all of them, like obviously big ones are good too, but you still like to get them all,
Yeah, like Pokemon.
A bit like Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Is that something like I've done a fair bit of spearing with you. I'm obviously mainly just watching from the surface, if we're honest. But you do get a fair few different run-ins and different things with sharks, tides, shallow water blackouts. Does that play with your head on whether you want to not maybe push like Harvey and your daughter Charlie into spearing, or does that play with your mind? Or
No, I hadn't never really thought about that. I think I've never really, I'm aware that spearfishing can be dangerous, but I've never really thought of it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be awesome if they went and got into it. It's great outdoor activity, keeps you fit, out with nature, not on your phone. So
yeah, true. Just doing it properly.
yeah, that's right. I think I've been lucky because I've had a lot of good teachers in spearfishing, and pretty much everyone I go with and hang out with is, unlike most people in these days, has got pretty good common sense. So it's always come pretty easily, like the safety aspect, everyone actually looks out for each other and that.
Yeah. I mean, what would you call your closest call diving? Sharks, or like any shark situation? Or I know you've had one shallow water blackout, is that?
Yeah, I had a samba. I had that, but I don't know how dangerous it was. We were diving deep for dogtooth tuna. We were doing one up, one down, sharing a float line. I pushed it hard. When I was coming up, I knew it didn't feel right. I could see the guy above me watching me, and when I hit the surface, he grabbed me under the arms, held me up. So
Was that Marcus Longhurst?
it was Marcus Longhurst, so I would be laugh now.
He saved both of us.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got bugger. He's
Yeah.
one of them talented fellas. So.
Yeah, he wouldn't be popular with a few people that we've encountered. Like fucking both of them.
Yeah,
Jesus.
could have let one go.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so as dangerous as it wasn't as well.
Yeah.
It has played on my mind a bit since though. I think it slowed me down a little. I had a big lemon shark grab me by the fin once when I was swimming up and pull me back down.
Yeah.
That was pretty different.
Yeah, rightio.
Yeah.
Did it hold you for a while or just...
Yeah, well, probably a second or two. It feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but it was a
when you
good
need to
second,
come up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you're swimming up and then you start going down, yeah.
Yeah. Did you did you see it before it grabbed your fin, or you? Just
I
felt-
didn't. I was just swimming up, and then I just started going down. I looked down, and there he was. So I kicked him with my other fin.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably the two standouts, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Because you've been in with one white pointer, great white.
Yeah. Been in with two. One I didn't get a good look on in the water, but I did in the boat.
Yeah.
And yeah, another one in the water that was they're very scary animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then heaps of tiger sharks. I think I've seen one video. No, it wasn't of you riding a tiger shark's fin. That was Alex Edwards.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you'd done it before, and
Yeah.
she was just like, I'm not filming you.
Yeah, that's right. She wanted it all for her own Instagram
Yeah.
account or whatever kids these days are into.
Yeah. Like, oh, no, bro. It's just for me.
Yeah, a fair few tigers and that. Couple of close-ish calls with them. But like I said, if you're with the right people, they watch your back and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's just because he's in the water flat out, but Tim McDonald's, like, stories with sharks are just nuts. Like, to me, I'd love to think I'd still do it if I had that many run-ins, but I don't think I'd have the balls.
Yeah.
Maybe it is the faith in God that he can just go straight back in with that. Like a Mako, like that
Yeah.
blows my mind.
I think it must be just time in the water, you know, you increase your averages. Look at Greg Pickering, he's still diving and he's been in two separate shark attacks. One was a great white over the top of his head.
Yeah, that's
You know,
nuts though.
That's balls of steel.
That's crazy.
That's
Like,
proper balls. Like, I don't know about that.
I don't know if someone's given you a signal if you've actually been attacked twice and you're like, nah, I'll be right.
Yeah,
Was it going to happen 3 times?
yeah. It'd be pretty scary, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, I could. Because, you know, like, you would have had the same when you've had close encounters with a shark
Yeah.
or something. When your heart goes and that thing plays in your head, the next 4, 5, 6 times you go in the water, that's still there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I can only imagine when a shark bites your head,
Yeah.
that's in your head for a fairly long time.
Oh, surely it'd be with you forever.
Yeah.
You'd be swimming in a swimming pool thinking about it.
Yeah.
You would. It'd be surely. It'd have to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've had a good time. You can piss off out. Is there? You've got the heavy tackle coming up, which
Yep.
we're fishing. Anything else interesting you're doing?
Nah, not that I can think of.
Nah, fuck all.
Nah, not really.
Anyway,
All right.
cheers for being on the podcast, the first ever one, if
No
it makes
worries.
it to air. And thanks, Leewald.
Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Nice.
Oh my god. What the fuck is happening right now? Oh, this is the best ever. Oh, I'm going.
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills, atomic heights.